from 1997, or is it older than that?
This game has existed since 1997.
Okay.
But there are devs that put out new versions of it every year. And in May, they have a tournament of all the best players to try to beat the new version that has all these new rules and stuff in it. And then all year long, they're putting out new versions of it and like changes to it. And it changes every day, or like every couple days or a week. You can play it in your browser. And it's free. And it's amazing. It's the most amazing, ridiculous game ever. We are live, Michelle. We are live now, so we can go...
What's your Twitch name?
Oh, yeah, what is my Twitch name? ChampDelmundo. ChampDelmundo.
Oh, text it to him.
It's ChampDelmundo. It's pronounced ChampDelmundo.
How French of you.
Oh, there's my name. Okay, so I can enter my name here, but I don't remember how. It says enter my name, but it's already entered. How do I change it to something else? Oh, did I just close the game again?
Yes.
That sucks. Am I streaming the game now? Am I showing the game to you? I also know for a fact I'm streaming it. Okay, one last thing is this is great. I need the chat on just in case someone weird like Dave messages us. Okay. All right. Okay. So now how do I get this name changed? I'm not gonna fuck around with that for too long. So he's gonna be Delmundo too, no matter what. Yes. Okay. Our fan is here, and he says he's our biggest fan. Now you can't see that, can you, Michelle? So yeah, but you could be on Twitch and you could watch the chat, but it would be kind of slow for you. I wonder how that works. Okay. Anyway, I didn't invite you here to... Well, I did specifically invite you here to figure out these technical glitches.
Dave says I sound a little muted, but you sound crystal clear.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. So I'm going to try this. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. There is another way for me to do this, but... Actually, I could try that, but... No, the problem with that is I'd have to put on headphones, which I could do. But what I could do is switch the audio output for you to being... Right now, it's that what he's hearing is you're coming out of my speaker into my microphone. And that's what he's hearing. That's why you're a little muted. I could switch it to the output of Google Meet goes directly into the stream. You don't care about all this.
I am hearing words that I definitely know.
Yeah. You don't care about all that. I think it's fine. If our first time listener disagrees, then they can complain about it. But okay. So I was explaining to you that my reason for having you here is that I want to have an excuse to stream this game. And I'm so bad at it that I needed something else to do while playing it. The beauty is this is a turn-based game, so that's my little guy. If you can see him, is he really tiny, or can you see him well?
Very wee.
He's very tiny, right? He's very tiny, but he walks around based on me moving him. But nothing else is moving around while I'm doing this. Nothing will happen in the dungeon when I'm not pressing a button. As soon as I find a guy, okay, so check it out. I found this dude. It's a kobold. So I could go try to kill this kobold. He's gonna walk towards me, and then he has a club, and I'm gonna hit him with my axe. I missed, but he hit me, and I lost 3 of my health. Okay, so this is where I have to tell you, Michelle, that There's another thing I haven't told you, is
Okay.
that this talk show could end at any second.
If you lose all your HP, it's over.
Because our talk show will only last as long as my run goes here. This is a permadeath game. So as soon as I die, the game ends and I'd have to start all the way over. But but the thing you didn't know until right now is that our talk show only lasts as long as my first run, and that's it. So at any given moment, if my character dies, we're done talking and we're gonna hang up, and that'll be the end of the stream.
Okay.
It won't be like really super sudden where I'm like, oh my god, or I won't like suddenly hang up, right? But it's gonna be like, okay, well, I don't care what you're saying anymore, Michelle. It's time to go. I talk to you later. Bye. It'll be about that fast.
Okay. And you're off to a great start.
Right, I'm off to a horrible start to this. Absolutely. Oh my god, this is going extremely badly. I should be beating this kobold no problem. Oh my god. Oh, I killed it already. I only had to hit it once. That's the problem. So that's cool. We're safe now, and the dungeon's
You've
safe.
lost 6 health points.
Oh, I know. So
Sorry,
you can
five,
get.
five
So
health.
beauty is you can heal back up whenever you want to by standing where you are. Now somebody might walk in, but I'm gonna try to heal, but just by sitting here. And there we go. I healed back to full health, so we're good.
Okay.
But in those clicks of the health going up, another dude could have walked in and fucked this up. But he's not going to, because we're a beefy boy, a beefy minotaur. Oh, and also the cool thing about being a minotaur is you swing with your axe, but you also can retaliate and hit them with your horns. So that's pretty cool.
Huh.
So I'll probably play this some while chatting with you.
Okay.
And I found a cloak. And if you see something and you're like, what did you just do? Or you want to know something more about the game, you can ask about that. That's okay. But specifically, I wanted to have a conversation with you about your thing. And let me get one more piece of exposition out. This game is my thing. And I forced you to watch it with me for a little while. And in exchange, I was like, well, how can I get my friend Michelle to listen to me talk about this game, or at least watch me play it? And I was like, well, I could talk to her about her thing. But the thing is, I want to hear about people's things. And that's what type of conversation I like to have, is about getting into the deep end of your thing. And what I mean by your thing is like, it's something you want to talk to about everybody, but you know that nobody lets you talk about it whenever you want to. But like, as soon as somebody gets you going on it, whoa, you could talk about it for forever. Right? That's a thing you've got. And for me, that's just probably Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. But for you, it could be any number of things. As a matter of fact, Michelle, I know you have many of them.
I do.
And so, yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. And so I prepped you to tell me what your thing was. But what is the thing that you brought? I'm very excited because I was looking forward to finding out what your thing was. And I've been guessing at it for a while, but I didn't know what it was. So, yeah. So tell me, what are we going to talk about?
So it was tough because the instructions were a little
They were vague?
a little vague, a little open-ended.
I know, but I need to... Yes, okay. That's because we haven't defined this yet. That's why this is episode 0. Yeah. Like, if you don't love it, if you think there's a better way to do this, I'm open to that. But that's where we are on that, yeah.
So to be completely honest, I have a thing that I want to talk about, that I love to talk about, that is very important to me.
Okay.
But there's also, like, watching you do this, it's like, well, do I talk about the game? Like, I play games. Like, the games that I play.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Because it's gaming.
Yeah, so I recently started playing a turn-based game for the first time.
This is a turn-based game. So we're both playing turn-based games. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd never really done them before, and at first I was like, this is stupid. Because you're just, like, sitting there waiting for something to happen. But... It's just, getting the flow for the game.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I totally understand that. I understand that feeling, for sure.
Yeah, but so the thing I was going to talk about, and if we can see how this pertains, and if it becomes boring, you can let me know, because it's possibly very boring to someone outside of this scenario. But I was going to talk about So right now I have this very close group of friends that I met through a chat forum on the Sephora website.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
Like,
how many
15
friends?
years ago?
How many friends? Wait, 50 months?
I think it was maybe less, maybe like 10 years ago. Let's say 10.
Oh.
We'll be conservative.
10 years is a long time ago.
It's a very long time. But it's, so I have...
Because there used to be Sephora, like, websites. Or, like,
yes,
chat groups.
So back in the day when Sephora, which is a French company, when it first came to the US, you had to create an account. And kind of unbeknownst to you, when you made this account, just like you do with every website, you make the account so you can check out,
like
what have you.
Okay, so, sorry, a Sephora account, like, I go into the Sephora store and they would only sell it to me if I start up with an account?
No, you can go into the store, but if you wanted to order online.
Oh, yeah, okay. You had to get the
same
account.
thing, you make an account online so you can check in, it saves your address and what have you.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So what people didn't know, and what I didn't know, is that it would automatically create this username for you.
Sure.
And it made a profile for you.
Sure.
And so one day I remember
instead of you like choosing it.
Yeah, no, it just fully was this like it, and it's funny because it's my my email address, which is kind of silly to begin with, and like I would never have chosen that as my username, but Sephora was like, nope, this is your username.
This is your username, and then
now, if you wanted to change it, they were like, well, you could try emailing tech support, but we can't do anything to change your name. So it was just like, great, we have this thing that I didn't even know I was signing up for, and now I have this stupid username because my email address is stupid. And there are people whose their usernames are like first initial, last name. And it's like, that's just what my email address is. I don't want people to refer to me.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because that's not even something you can refer to somebody as.
No. And especially the idea behind it was that it was basically like an AIM chat room, and you would have like different hosts. It was like this weird bastardization of like Tumblr and MySpace, like all these weird social forums that like were very unrefined back in the day.
Yeah.
And someone clearly was like, oh, we should have that on our website. Let's put it in there, but then like not update it ever and just kind of leave it and see what happens. And so one day I was sitting at work and very bored, and I started clicking through things, and I was in my profile, and it was like, oh, look at it, and it was called Beauty Talk, which is also a terrible name. And I was like, here's your Beauty Talk profile. I was like, I don't have a Beauty Talk profile. And I click on it, and there's just all these boards, they were called, of people asking for advice and like posting pictures of themselves and their makeup. And they would do hauls, which now is a huge thing thanks to YouTube. But back then it wasn't really something people would do. But it was, here's my haul for the day. And it was little pictures.
Would it be pictures, or would people post videos?
No, it was just pictures.
Okay, so it's like a forum in the back half of a website.
Yeah.
And like that I can totally comprehend, but if you think about it, it's like a chain brand website, a chain brand like brick and mortar place.
Yeah.
And then like their web designer was like, let's make this sales front place on the website. Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, we got to sell Sephora on the website. And then he was like, also, let's have a chat room in there. But nobody does that. Like, it's not like you can go to Target and go to a chat room at Target.
No. And it makes no sense. And it's not like they have their own brand, but it's not like you would talk about just stuff that they had. So it was this weird, like, we would, and it was a bunch of, everyone's really weird.
But it's probably, I mean, I was laughing at it, but it's probably really thoughtful. Like, they were like, we have devoted fans. They're going to want to have a place to chat with each other. And you found it. And it's true. And then you know what? The fact is that's true. And you found it.
Well, my favorite part was it was clearly very forgotten. And there were like
that's mods. Great too. That's great too.
I think there were 3 mods.
That's
and
amazing.
They were only on certain hours of the day. And they're based in California.
Of course.
So it's like any time outside of business hours, California time, we were like just modding ourselves.
That's amazing.
For the most part, everyone is fine. But every once in a while, you'd get spam, and there'd be some random spam thing, or some like random porn bot would be like, look at my wife. That's or funny. Whatever. And for the most part, it was girls. All the girls would start replying in GIFs and like stickers and weird pictures to like bury the spam.
Oh, that's so funny.
The mods woke up
because you didn't know how to take rid of the bot, but you were like, we know how to get this off this page.
Like we couldn't get rid of it.
That's amazing.
But we could.
That's so amazing.
Basically destroy it, and we would spam it until like the whatever.
That's so great.
They think they had would kick in to mark it as spam.
Okay, got it.
But like we would have to do it ourselves, and it was always super funny because you're just sitting there, and we had girls who were on like the West Coast in Canada and like the East Coast in Canada who would basically all night were on there spamming this until the mods would like wake up and be like, holy fuck, what is going on? Like what happened? And then you get a cute little message from the mods. It was like, thanks, pals. We took care of this. We blocked the user. Don't worry. And it's like, yeah, because we were all up all night because we were trying to like block this weird porn bot and didn't want it to like ruin our forums. But it was this little backroom thing. We had these random mods who were wonderful, and it was really free range. We would do whatever we wanted. It was always very polite. It was very supportive, which is very interesting to find on the internet. So like
yeah, totally.
Like people would post pictures, and it would be very constructive criticism. It would be everything was always very kind, very thoughtful. Someone would ask for help, and you'd get these really well thought out responses and these well researched responses. And of course, there are people who were completely useless, and people like me who would just post like weird GIFs and pictures and things and what have you.
That was what I was going to ask. When did you first get up the nerve? Okay, let's go back to the beginning first. No. Before I go to the beginning, I need to know when did you post hauls? I guess is the question. Did you post hauls at some point?
I did at some point.
Okay, let's get back to that through the story of when you encountered it. You must have been somewhat confused, or how did you encounter it? And you're like, what is this wonderland that I've just discovered?
I wish I remembered exactly what rabbit hole I followed to get there, but it was just this I clicked on one link and I clicked on something else, and then all of a sudden it was just all
That's
these
incredible.
posts.
So you're just probably just shopping the site.
Yeah.
And it's like you fell through the floor at it's like if you were live at Sephora, you would have fallen through the floor and found a bunch of ladies having coffee and chilling with each other in the basement of the Sephora.
Just huddled in a corner trying on lipstick.
Oh yeah. In an old couch.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it was so interesting. And so I first posted. So I'm a lurker.
Okay.
I lurked for a very long time.
Well, but we haven't even gotten back to the fact that you aren't just a lurker. You've become part of a small community. But we're kind of far away from that right now.
Yeah, so this is back when I first found it. So I remember
you're a lurker
it was a few months where I just read, basically, and kind of absorbed the information because it was... Are you dying?
I fell through a hole in the ground.
Oh no! Is that fire?
That's lava. Yeah, we're not gonna step on the lava. But we're only on the second level, and I'm still way too strong for a second level, I'm sure. I forgot that I'm supposed to be setting my what I'm training in. But I usually wait till I'm gonna set this all up. But you don't have to care about this. So we were talking about when you first started posting.
Yeah. So I would read a lot, and it was especially interesting because it's a lot of makeup and skincare. A lot of it is very scientific based, and it's essentially all chemicals and just finding what chemicals work well for you and what your skin reacts well to. So it was just a lot of reading, a lot of learning from these people who were smarter than I am, and who have more input and insight. And then one day someone posted something asking for help with curly hair. And I was like,
oh, you're an expert.
Yeah, I was like, I can do this.
Everybody out of my way.
Basically,
get out of my way. This is my question.
I was like, I can do this.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
So I commented, and I think I think later they like asked for a picture, and I posted a picture of my hair, and everyone was so nice, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, your hair's so pretty! Oh my god, what lipstick are you wearing?"
Your hair is
like,
so pretty, though. That's really good hair.
The nicest people I've ever seen in my life.
It's good hair.
It is good hair. But that was my kind of like, okay, it's okay if I say something. Everyone's going to be nice and polite, and I would also like just say nice things to people. So like if someone would post, you could heart things too, similar to Instagram, but not.
It's like a thumbs up on Reddit.
Exactly.
This is, by the way, this is Sephora Reddit.
It's basically is what it was.
Yeah.
But so I'd go and I'd heart everyone's pictures, and I'd tell like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty. Oh, I love that color, like girl stuff.
Absolutely.
And so you kind of, people start recognizing your name, and so people would know my name, and I'd know other people's names.
That's not necessarily a thing that happens on real Reddit, though. Like, I don't start recognizing other people that comment, like, oh, I guess it's true in smaller communities.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this is the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soups community, and so they probably recognize each other there. So that's true. Okay, so you start recognizing people's names, when it's a small community like that.
But it was also, I can't remember how many users they said they had, but it was probably like maybe 500, 300 active users.
Okay.
So everyone had an account who made an account on Sephora, but people who actually accessed it was a much smaller percentage, and then the people who actually used it was a super tiny percentage.
Right, okay, got it.
So then at some point, someone noticed that this thing existed at Sephora HQ, and they were like, how do we leverage this?
Oh, I thought they were going to be like, how do we shut this down?
No, they were like, how do we use this to make money?